Carol Elliott's in here too, and so is Jake. Leave everybody in the waiting room until 11, but yeah, Carol Elliott from Sparhawk, and Jake and Anna. And let's see, I'll leave the door open until I start the meeting, but I'm basically leaving them in the waiting room till, see, so Tori, Anna, Jake, Carol, Elliott, and David and Charles.
Oh, good.
We got another minute, so we'll see who else shows up.
That meeting at least.
Okay.
I overheard a thing the other day that talked about the first people in the
meeting actually they get preferential placement, like because you're the first one in there, you always are in the upper left, and that's like, I don't know. Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Nice to see you all. Oh my gosh, Tori, the waiting room is just filling up. So I'm going to let a couple more people in. And thank you, everybody, for joining us this morning. I know that some of you do have the enhanced digital package. There's one of them on the meeting this morning who's been very diligent updating his website this morning, Jake. It looks great. And I am going to very quickly have everybody introduce themselves. I think everybody knows each other, but maybe not. So if you just want to say who you are and what business you're representing, that would be awesome. So first up, David and Charles.
Hi, we're David and Charles from the Dragonfly Guest House.
Okay, and Anna.
Anna Christina Sotel. I used to be a docent at the Ogunquit Museum of American Art, but currently no docents are working.
And then with Jake.
Jake Kirsch, Bricks and Brine, and the Crooked Pine.
And Allie.
Hi, I'm Allie. I'm the Director of Marketing for the Colonial Inn and the Admiral's Inn.
And Carol, nice to see you.
Yeah, I finally got it. So show my picture. Carol, the manager of the Sparhawk for 40 years.
And Katie. Katie Keene.
Katie from the Dunes on the Waterfront.
And Caitlin, nice to see you.
Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Caitlin with Jonathan's in Ogunquit. I'm in Florida, but
yes,
Don't
Rub it in.
don't hate me.
And then Melody.
Hi, this is Melanie Federa. I'm the operations manager at Grasshopper Inn. I'm en route, so I apologize. The video will be off, but I'm listening.
Thank you. Okay, and I'm going to admit one more person who just hopped in, Debbie Marathon. And once we have Debbie on, she can say hello. I'll turn it over to you, Tori. Hi, Debbie.
Good morning. How are you, Alice?
Good. We just finished introductions, so go ahead and say hello.
Hi. I can't see anybody, but anyway, it's there's a breath of spring in the air. Isn't it lovely?
Yes.
Yes.
It's awesome.
So it's good to be part of the meeting today. Thanks for setting it up, Alice.
And Debbie, just mention your business affiliation in case somebody doesn't know you.
With the Ogunquit Rental Properties and Marathon Real Estate.
Okay, awesome. All right, Tori, I'll keep an eye on the waiting room, but over to you.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Quite a few of you participated in earlier this month in the basic digital packaging. So I am going to just review a few of those little things for anybody that might not have been on that call. Please know it is recorded. So if you do want some of the backstory with that in more detail, you can always watch that, and you can watch this one again if you want to. We are recording it. So just going back a little bit to what some of the things that we discussed before, I'm just going to bring up, Alice, can you allow me to share my screen,
Oh,
please?
yep. Sorry, slow on the,
That's okay.
okay. You should be able to now, Tori.
Yep, as soon as I remember how to. Okay, there we go. So I just want to bring up that I just wanted to bring up the little spreadsheet again to just show you all the difference. And again, I can send this to anybody that needs it. And I'll also show you where you can find information like this in your member information center. But again, this is just a breakdown of what's included in the basic and what's additionally included in the enhanced. So these are the things that we went over last week. I'm going to briefly review them now and get into some of the other things here that you can do, like adding photos, logos, links, video, so on and so forth. And really it is, once you get the layout, the lay of the land in the member information center, it really is very, very easy to navigate and can be very quick and efficient. So I know for some people it seems overwhelming and they think they get a little nervous about what it might entail. And quite a few of you have been working in the MIC since the last meeting and even more recently, and I think are probably realizing and can attest to it maybe today with others that it really is very easy. So that's what that is. And then I just want to remind people in case they don't know, because maybe they haven't worked in it as much, how you do log in. So this is our website, ogunquit.org. And if you are wanting to log into your member information center, it's just real simple. Under member center, member login, and then whatever your login username and password, and it will bring you to the member information center. If anybody has forgotten their password, I can send you a link to reset it and inform you of what your username is. So anybody that might need that can just let me know. I am going to go and log into the member information center a different way because I actually operate in Chamber Master in a different view than you all do. So ignore me for just a second. I'm like the, you know, Wizard of Oz, the guy behind the curtain there. So here is a home page of someone's member information center. In this case, it happens to be Bread and Roses. Let me just bring up somebody else that I'm going to be using today. Jakey, thank you for letting me use you as my guinea pig. So I'm going to go to Bricks and Brine Member Information Center just so it matches some of the other pages I'm going to bring up. Here we go. Okay, so this is a home page of the Member Information Center, happens to be Jake. And so again, just a few things that for everybody to know that are helpful. This reports area here is where you can go to see some of the visibility clicks and whatnot that we're talking about today that are really crucial, especially with the enhanced and the basic. So just know that's a great spot. And if anybody needs me to slow down, let me know, but some of this we covered already and I just don't want to, I don't want to waste any time. So there's the reports, and then here resources is where I mentioned I can upload that spreadsheet if it's not already there, which I think it is. And there's other information in here as well. There's trainings, again, documents about our sponsorship tiers, our digital tiers, lots of information that's there. And if there's ever something that's not there, I can always upload it for easier access for you guys. Member Information Center is also where you can come to pay your bills. In this case, Jake's all paid up because if he had any kind of balance, there would be a pay screen up here, but you can also always go over to company information and at the bottom billing to be able to bring up any kind of information about your past payments, transactions, you know, outstanding balances, things like that. I'm trying to think, give me just one quick second. I just want to, don't pay attention to where I am now because this is not anywhere you guys will be. But I just want to show you homepage of Crooked Pine here. Oh, Jake, you're quick. Did you already pay that bill? We just upgraded Jake today, so we invoiced him right away. I was hoping it would show the other little area I'm talking about, but it looks like he's already taken care of business. So never mind that.
You can refund me if it's for training. I can leave that pay up there for a while.
No, that's okay. We like our members who, you know, are right on top of it. So, all right. So that's the pay bill and billing. If you guys have any questions, again, on that home page, this is where you can go to post a job over here, events here. And again, it's all very self-explanatory. You click on events, add event, fill in the fields, submit it, we approve it. Same thing with jobs. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the other things like hot deals that are part of enhanced. So that's just a really, really quick recap of some of the stuff we talked about last week. That again, I know was repetitive for some of you, but some of you were not here. Does anybody have questions about those quick little recaps? Or anybody that's new that may not have been aware of that wants to ask a question now, or you can always chime in with me later or watch the previous recorded thing. Everybody's good? Awesome. Okay, so on to the enhanced additional benefits that you get. Let me share my screen again. Homepage. So I also want to show you real quick. So this is what a basic page looks like. So here's Bricks and Brine, one of Jake's businesses, a very, very basic listing with some of the things that are on that spreadsheet. Name of the restaurant, location, phone number, website, social media, hours you can add directions to, and your quick 200 character description and your map. So that's what a basic one looks like. If you really get to work on your enhanced listing, and truly it is very easy, it can look like this. You can have logos here, here. You have all of the same information that the basic does, but you can add an additional 1,600 characters in the About Us versus just 200. You can add images, videos. You can add links. Jake, what happened to your links? They disappeared. That's bizarre. They were there this morning when you and I looked at it. Excuse us, technical difficulties, folks. Apologize. Let me just refresh my page because it might just be that it was from earlier this morning. So they're here where it says highlights. These are different links that Jake has put in that people can go direct to his reservation page, his menus, so on and so forth. You can pretty much do whatever you want there. If you have an exceptional TripAdvisor review or some article that was written up in, say, the Portland Press Herald that you want people to see, it's really up to you how much or little you want to do, but there's quite a bit you can do. And obviously, I mean, it really is quite simple. So we'll look into the area where a lot of this gets added. We'll do that now. So, Crooked Pine. Okay, so here's Jake's homepage for his Crooked Pine, which is his enhanced listing. A lot of the areas that you go for your enhanced are the same you would have gone to for the basic that we talked about in last week or 2 weeks ago. So a majority of the information that you're going to upload is in the company information, and a majority of it is under website information. So again, somewhat self-explanatory because this is, you know, for your website presence on ogunquit.org. So always think that website presence, website information. So if we click on website information, you'll see again, here is The smaller one down here is that 200 character that everybody gets and what's printed in our visitor's guide. But if you're an enhanced listing, you get an additional 1,600 characters, which is why you saw so much more written up in Jake's Crooked Pine, and that goes here. And again, you can do as much or little, however you want that to be. Your hours of operation, driving directions, those things are everybody has, but here's where Jake has put in his highlights, or those, it's the links. So here's his description of whatever the link is, and then the link would go here. Here is again the description. So that's, this bullet text is what gets printed on the website, but it's a clickable link to whatever the URL is. So you can see that's the 5 spaces there, and your keywords, again, what everybody can put in keywords. And that's really important because if somebody is going to our website, not really sure what they're looking for, they can put in a search. And if you have no keywords there, you're not going to appear as prominently as some of the people that do. So keywords are really important. So that's some of that information that you can upload. And then again, on this same side, left-handed side where we clicked on website information, it's also where you're going to add logos, photos, and videos. And again, it's real simple uploading that you've probably done for your own websites at some time or another. Heck, Facebook, when we're uploading pictures and things like that. So again, I'm just starting from scratch. If you're on your home page, you go over to company info, and even without clicking website information, those logos, photos, and video pages are just right there on the left-hand side. So here you can have your member header, which is a bigger picture, and I'll show you the difference, and your member logo, which is a smaller one. So here again, let me bring up Jake's page. So here's his header logo, and here's that smaller logo right there. The only logo that is frustrating for people to upload, and they don't often realize it until they've probably frustrated themselves, is the search results icon. So let me show you here. If we're on the search results page, all these little icons, for whatever reason, that's something I have to do, which is a simple ask, just email me. I can usually copy and paste it right from whatever logos you've already uploaded, but you can see how he's got his logo there. There's a couple different views of the search results page that are important for you guys to be aware of. There's this grid of boxes where you can see the top people have logos, and as you go further down, there's no logos. That's because they are basic members as far as the digital package. And part of your benefit of being enhanced is you rotate through the top of the listings, so you appear more prominent. That's part of the algorithms in Chambermaster. So if you were to go to the other view of the search results page, it looks like this, where still you have your logos. And because you all are enhanced members, your 200 character shows up here, as well as all the other information. As you scroll down, you can see that not everybody has as much information because, again, it's that basic membership. So worth really filling in a lot of that. And again, this is just the 200 characters, not the 1,600. Obviously, there wouldn't be room in the search results. But as soon as you click on Crooked Pine and we go back into Jake's, then you see all of that added information he's put in. Let's go back out to logos here. So any questions about some of that information as far as highlights, links, 1,600 characters on that previous page, or the logo page here?
Do you know what the best size is for that header image?
You really can do whatever you want. Some people's are much longer and more of a landscape version. The smaller member logo here and that search results are often just like a thumbnail. So I think it's really a matter, Allie, of visually how you want it to look and playing around with your different logos. Like I know Admirals is more of a longer landscape, which often looks really cool on those headers because it goes across more of the whole page. So if you, not everybody has the different options, you know, here at the chamber, we have our circle logo, like what's on our cup here. And then we also have a landscape. So depending on what we're doing, will determine which logo we use. So it's really a matter of you playing around with it and putting it up and previewing your page and seeing what works best for you. Sorry, it's not really an exact answer, but
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I was trying with images that were too big, and so it was like resizing them to make them even smaller. So
yeah.
I think I just sort of need to start with like a more medium-sized one.
Anybody else have a question about logo uploads or link uploads or some of that other stuff we were talking about? So then I'll go next to the photo page here. And again, it's pretty self-explanatory. Once you're in here, if Jake was just getting started, this would be blank and there would be an area for him to begin uploading. In this case, he's already has stuff. So if he wanted to be working with this page, it's just a simple manage the gallery. You can add images, always make sure you're saving after everything you do, just so you don't overlook anything. But here, you know, you've got your picture and then you can determine the position. So when you're uploading your photos and whatnot, don't kill yourself trying to like upload them in the order you want them to appear. Just get them up there. And then this is where you can do that after. Jake's happen to be in order, but some people's you'll look and it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, all over the place. And you can add a little caption so that when people are hovering over the picture in your on your actual page. So let me show you. It'll say what it is. So this will tell you that it's his renovations, the champagne, you know, so you can label your picture so that it has more information about it, which is pretty cool. And again, it's just a simple clicking add image. And just like you would for attaching an attachment to an email or your website or Facebook or whatever, just choose your file. Feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, but if anybody has questions or needs me to go over that a little bit more, please just let me know.
You're doing great.
Thank you. Was that Melanie?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. And then the last thing that's really integral is the video. Jake hasn't uploaded a video yet. That's really the last piece to complete his. He can add more pictures if he wants. You actually have quite a bit of room if, you know, so it's not like Jake has maxed out his gallery. He can add more and it's very easy to change things out. So as his seasons change and his dishes change seasonally or something goes off the menu, it's really easy to take away and add things. And then for here, it's a YouTube video. It would be a YouTube video. The one glitch I ran into once with somebody is they tried to put a video that took them to like their whole YouTube page so they could see all the videos. And unfortunately, we can't do that. It has to be a specific link to a video that's going to play. So for somebody like Kathleen with her rental property, she might have a really good video of one of her properties she wants to highlight. She can change that out weekly, monthly, or whatnot. Same thing with somebody like Allie with her the properties that she manages marketing for. Tours of the rooms, you know, how many times do you go to a website and you've got the video of the property, or somebody like Jake, you know, I can't tell you how many videos I've come across from like channel 6 or 8 or whoever has done some segment on a restaurant down here. And if you're fortunate to have that, you know, put that video up there. There's so many options that you may already have or are yet to come, but it's just another really nice piece so that it's not just a static image. And again, you just simply copy and paste your link there, save it, and boom, you're good to go. Not to say there aren't glitches sometimes, but that's what I'm here for. Please don't hesitate to call, especially while you're getting used to some of these things. So for me, in my opinion, those are the real big pieces that come with Enhance. Not to say there's not other smaller pieces that you can work on, but those are, I think, the parts that maybe scare people away thinking they don't have the time or don't know the software, it's really very easy. You can make your page go from something like Bricks and Brine, very, very simple and basic, to something like Crooked Pine in less than a half an hour, literally. So.
Tori, Tori, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but do you know any member that has a video loaded that you could show how the video plays on their page?
Yep, hang on one second.
Okay.
I've got to go into my view here. Hold
I
on.
actually wanted to ask you a question about that. The videos have to be on YouTube or somewhere already on the internet, or can we upload a video that we have that we've taken? Because I actually had trouble with that.
You know, I have a funny feeling it's YouTube, just the way only YouTube. Dawn just confirmed that it does, but it's pretty easy, and I would need to just educate myself a little bit to get your own YouTube to be able to take that video, Melanie, that you're having trouble with, and make it a YouTube video so that you can do it.
I was just trying to avoid YouTube because it's another platform, another place you have to set up an account. It's just,
Okay.
yeah. But I mean, I will do it. I just didn't know if it had to be YouTube. So thank you for that.
Yep, of course.
We have a video on there, I think. Jonathan's.
Thank you. I was like, who's talking? Caitlin, let me go to you then, since you're here with us. That would be much better. Thank you for offering that up. Hang on one second. Again,
I think.
don't mind this area. Oh, yep, you do. So hang on one second. It's just much easier for me to get around when I'm in here, because this is how I operate. So again, here's Jonathan's page, another great looking page with logos. Here, you've got your About Us. They've got several highlights, their photos down below. So Caitlin, you've still got like the 1,600 characters you can like go to town talking about all your events and
Right.
whatever else that you guys feature a lot, and really bump that up if you wanted to. But yep, here's their video. This is how it would appear. And then it's just, I'm going to play it if that's okay.
Yeah.
I won't play the whole thing, but just a real
Long
simple upload. And so Caitlin, where is that video from?
YouTube.
But is that something that you, Jonathan's, and your dad put together on your own, or was that somebody that came and did a segment for a show for you?
Yeah, they did the segment for when he won the award for the main restaurateur.
That's what I thought. So, you know, things like that, some of you may not even be aware of videos that are out there, you know, something like that would be great to feature. So again,
is it only one video you can do, or can you do more than one?
Yes, one video at a time, unfortunately. But again, all the more reason, you know, to switch them out occasionally, or maybe something new comes up or whatnot. That's a great video, very all-encompassing. So it certainly satisfies, but you can change them out as much as you want and rotate them in and out. So. Any other questions about anything?
Tori, while I have you here, just really quick, I did notice our logo, I think, is that problem that you mentioned. Like it doesn't show right. It has the old logo on that main page.
On the search results?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So I'll fix that after. I'll just copy and paste that one. Yep, no problem. Anybody have any other questions? Anybody else want me to bring up their page and we can look at it together here, all of us?
I appreciate your help. That explains very much why I couldn't get that link up at all. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else?
I had a question.
Yes, Kathleen.
So I don't have a logo. I mean, is there someone you can recommend in the chamber that could help me do a logo? I don't know the first, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, Dawn just offered up her help. So I'll have her email you to get working on helping you with that. And I'm sure too, any of our members that are on here now, if there's somebody that they work with for logos too, that way Kathleen can look into, other options. And Kathleen, there's a lot of people that don't have logos up.
Okay.
Like for example, so this is Clay Hill. It's not so much a logo as it is a picture.
Oh, okay.
So if you're not wanting to do a specific logo or things like that, you could have it be a picture. I'm trying to think of another good example of somebody that they don't really use a logo per se. They use a picture of their property as some of their stuff, whether it's the search results or, you can really do whatever you want. So keep that in mind.
Okay,
It doesn't
great.
necessarily have to be a logo.
Okay. And then how many photos can you put up?
I've never quite figured out the limit. Because I know like on our page, some people have more, some people have less. I want to say you can probably put up almost a dozen.
Okay.
More than enough for sure, and especially knowing that you can rotate them.
Right.
But I apologize, I don't know exactly how many.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question. Can you have two different logos? In the samples we've been looking at, the dominant logo at the top has always been the same as the thumbnail logo.
Absolutely.
There's two different spaces, so you can load two different logos, right?
People can, yeah. You
And
can,
then a little logo, like you can have your big one be a picture of the property and then maybe the little one be the logo.
absolutely. It's really up to you what you want it to visually look like. Obviously, if you have a logo and it's part of your branding, you want to have that somewhere, but it doesn't have to be all exactly the same. If you want to take advantage of, highlighting a building or a view at your property, that's important too. Just for example, again, I'm kind of in my viewing here. We have a member that they're a basic, don't know my alphabet today. They're a basic member, but in this particular case, this person, rather than have the map on their page, they chose to put a view of what their patio looks like, so even things like that, if you don't want the map here, you could put a picture there if you wanted to, because this over here, your address brings up a map in the same way that if this was a map. So for this particular member, it's more beneficial for them to highlight that than their location, because people will find it still. So you really, it's really up to you how you want to do it. Any other questions? Anything I may not have covered, whether it's on our website, anything you guys want to look at on our website, anything, we can just kind of open it up broadly to just, any kind of membership questions with our website or your digital advertising or what have you.
I had a quick question. We received like 34 travel leads from the Chamber of Conquest within the last 48 hours. What would you suggest, since we're brand new, would be the standard protocol for responding? We can send emails, we can send out brochures. What are your suggestions? And
Okay.
did something happen on your end?
I should have.
I don't know.
I should have anticipated that question. I just opened myself up to that. So every month, nothing bad happened. It's not spam. It's totally legit. We, hi, Sarah Beachmere. I just realized you were here. Sorry.
This is actually great since we have so many lodging.
Yes. So I know most of you are lodging. So Jake, I apologize that you'll have to listen to this, but it's good to know. It's good information. So when you sign up, you have an opportunity to join a group that you can receive travel leads. In my opinion, every lodging property should sign up to receive the travel leads, which they don't. But I believe most of you do, because I've chatted with a few of you the last couple days about this issue. So we, once a month from Maine Beaches Association, get a list of people that have expressed an interest to receive our visitor guides. This particular month, they also incorporated some information from Maine Tourism Association, Travel Maine, Maine Invites You, and it was all incorporated. So we had over 500 requests that there was no way I was going to mail out 500 visitor guides. It would have taken me all week. And we just realized pretty quickly that there has to be a more efficient, modern way to reach these people more quickly. So we put together a constant contact email that will now go out every month to in this case, it was 500. Usually it's more like between 100 and 200 inquiries that we get. And basically we gave them the option to sign up for the visitor guide, literally still, if that's what they wanted, view it online, sign up for our visitor newsletter and a few things like that. And basically my computer and everything exploded with all these requests for still wanting the physical visitor guide. But when they fill out the form that lets me know they want a visitor guide mail, they also are able to fill out the travel lead request, which is what you all get. And it's a matter of clicking different boxes of what they're interested in: indoor pool, outdoor pool, breakfast, whatever they're looking for. If you fit into that because of information in Chamber Master, then you get the travel lead. And because we sent out over 500, that's why you guys all got bombarded yesterday with so many. Normally it won't be quite so many because we don't usually send out that many. So totally legit. But it's also a really good reason why you want some of the information that you put into Chamber Master that gets put into the visitor guide. Like, for example, the grid, all these little boxes that you click about what you offer, whether you offer a restaurant on property or you don't. If they're clicking those things, then you're going to get it. If that's not what they're interested in. So it's all a lot of like analytics that figure out who gets it. And a lot of you probably got the same ones too, because you all offer some similar things. So that was kind of a long answer, and hopefully it answered the question, but well, no, I still got to get to it a little bit. So everybody does it differently, Melanie. For the most part, I think people, from what I see, they email the person directly. Our recommendation would be to have kind of a standard response that addresses what your property is about and contact information. So Kathleen, for example, she got quite a few yesterday for rental properties that fit into it. And it seemed like you had a very standard response, but kind of covered all your basis about who you are, what you offer, and how to get in touch directly with moving forward. Right. So if you're the property owner that's responding to them, or your front desk is responding to them, I would have kind of a process in play for whoever's going to do that, because this is going to probably happen a lot more for you guys now. We're going to start getting a lot more travel leads monthly, which hopefully everybody is feeling is a good thing.
Absolutely. Yes, thank you for answering that question. I appreciate it. I was just surprised because I don't think you can do everybody via email. Excuse me, because some people are not looking for an email response. They're looking for a mail response or a phone call, and will respond appropriately. But there was a couple that said, excuse me, that said pet friendly, and we're not. So I'm going to double check my Ogunquit page to make sure that's clicked correctly, but I thought it was. So some things we didn't fit, and I was surprised we got that lead. Yeah. So maybe we fit some of the things, but not all.
Right.
So we shouldn't respond to those, or we should?
So you wouldn't necessarily want to respond to ones that are saying about pet friendly because you don't, but because you fit other criteria, rather than leave you out, you're included.
Okay.
And keep in mind, our reaching out through them is digitally and through email. So I wouldn't hesitate on being able to email them. I mean, obviously, if you want to mail them, and certainly picking up the phone and calling, but most of it is all digitally through email, the whole process. So
Okay.
I think that will be fine if you're emailing them and calling them, and save yourself postage if you think you can or need to or whatnot. But Sarah, you had a question, I think.
I do. Sorry, I'm just, my other monitor here shows marginal way, and I'm watching people come sliding down marginal way on my webcam going, whoa, something down there. A quick question for businesses that have two less listings like we do with the restaurant and the hotel. I guess I'm probably not utilizing the restaurant side very well, but I'm not sure how to be able to get into the restaurant side because I just have the one Beach Mirror inside in terms of logging in. So I'm wondering, Tori, if you have a few minutes to maybe walk me through, not now, but at some point, walk me through how to fix our Blue Bistro listing.
Yeah.
So that I can get that up and working.
Let me look at the two pages, Beat the Inn and the restaurant, and just kind of familiarize myself with how they both
Sure.
look so I know what to suggest.
Just give me a call.
Yeah,
if you wouldn't mind.
Not at all.
I haven't figured out how to do it.
No problem.
And I'll just make a sort of public announcement here. We have some extra housing this year, Jake. I think Jake's, sometimes we work with you, but we're gonna have some extra housing this year because I didn't take on any H-2B employees, and God only knows if we're gonna have J1s. But we may have some extra spaces here at the hotel for anybody who wants to job partner with us. It would have to be a job partnership. I don't want to just rent a room. I want to find somebody who actually wants to maybe help us out a little bit too. But if you do have any needs out there, give us a ring and we can see if that's something that helps you and helps us.
Awesome.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Carol.
I this week got requests from a couple of J1s. Unfortunately, we don't have housing, but I was wondering who in town might set up a situation. I don't know if our hours would be different. Quite often we pick up J1s as a second employee because we need them in the morning rather than dinner time.
Right.
So I'll give you a call and see.
Let's talk.
And I didn't know if the chamber has a listing of who has housing available for J1s.
No, but it's certainly something we can put in our member newsletter and see, try to get some response to that list. So one of the things I was thinking about putting together for a future Thursday chamber meeting is something on workforce development. We have a new organization, Great Bay Services, that joined, and I know some of our members do use them, but they basically find job positions for people with mental and physical disabilities. And they're based out of Sanford. And I know that Beach Fair is one of their clients. And so, they're looking to get into and help our businesses for any that would fit that profile. And then also whether or not you wanted me to combine that with like a panel on, working with one of the sponsor organizations like CIEE or Interchange to kind of give us a little bit of an overview of the H-2B and the J1 situation for this coming summer. I don't know how much is clear yet because I know Trump's executive order doesn't end till March 31st with regards to the J1s, but is that something of interest for a future?
I would say yes. Apparently they're on their end of it, they're going to be allowed to come in, so we should be pursuing it.
The J1s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Since they had reached out to me,
Okay, good.
it tells me that on that end, they've got the go ahead.
Yeah, I think Trump's order expires on March 31st. So that would be good news for us.
Yes.
But I only know, I know enough to be dangerous. I'm not an expert on this topic yet. I'm sure I will be soon.
And what was the full name of the Great Bay?
Great Bay Services.
Services.
Yeah, and they have an office in Sanford, and then I think they have an office in Portsmouth as well.
Okay, thank you.
Coast, New Hampshire have expanded. So yeah, we'll try and get Pam from Great Bay on. I think that could be helpful for some of our businesses, depending on where you need various employees. But I know I worked with in my last job, I worked with several small businesses in the Portsmouth area, and they just loved working with Great Bay Services. And they did a great job with matching the appropriate talents to and the skill sets to what was needed in the job. So they pride themselves on creating good matches.
Awesome.
So. All right. Are there any other? Sorry, I didn't mean to. It was just because of the because of the employment question. I kind of sidestepped the meeting a little bit. But do you have anything else you want to say, or did anybody else have any questions for Tori regarding? You can see with the lodging property or restaurant, I think it can really, really differentiate your property if you take advantage of the enhanced digital packaging. And I'm on a personal mission to try and get every lodging property and any restaurant or retailer that has good imagery to get to that enhanced level, because I think it's just going to brand Ogunquit at a much higher level, and it brands your individual businesses at a much higher level. So.
One thing I did forget to show you guys, I know I showed you like how to post an event and how to post a job, but as enhanced members for the digital advertising, you can also post hot deals, which you can't do as a basic member. So I just wanted to remind you all of the ability to do that. And it's very similar to if you were adding a job posting or adding an event, to be able to post a hot deal that shows up on our website. So hang on one second. Let me just bring up somebody real quick so that we can see that. So again, if you're on your home page here, it's just in this left-hand column again, hot deals, it's right there. Job postings here, events up here, but again, it's just a simple add a hot deal and fill in the fields and as much or as little information as you want, pictures, submit it, I approve it, and off we go. And the things that's great about these job postings, these event postings, these hot deals, because they have to come through the chamber, it's just wonderful because we know then right away when there's something like that going on. So if somebody does call, it's top of mind to us. It's posted on our website on a separate page, but it's also posted on your page. Like, so for example, quite a few people have been posting jobs and that shows up on their page, on your member page, if you've got a job posted. So the visibility is really good on some of those things and just worth keeping in mind.
I think there's a separate section of our website that just is job openings, because I remember.
There is.
Yeah, so it populates that section of the website as well. So if someone is thinking about coming to Ogunquit for the summer and they want to pick up a job or a second job.
Same thing for events and your hot deals. Sorry, I stopped sharing my screen, but let me see if I can. I've got so many things open now, but let me see if I can get back to. So here we are on our home page of our website. Obviously, this is where all the events are posted. Over here under what's new, if you were to go here for hot deals, it's going to show everybody that submitted a hot deal. So Carol, we can see Carol's from the Sparhawk. She's got a deal up here. Dragonfly, you guys, your deal's right there. And so on and so forth. The deals don't show up on your page necessarily, I don't think. It just brings you to a separate page, as you can see. And then same thing with your job postings. So here again, Sparhawk's got a bunch of job postings, different job postings here. Those do, I believe, those do show up on your actual page, which is nice. This is this view of it. But if I was to go to Sparhawk, hang on one second. Her jobs are going to show up here on her actual page. Oh, and the hot deals do too. I'm learning as well today. So just keep that in mind when you add a hot deal for your property or job, it goes on your member page as well as those individual pages here. The events don't, that's a whole other kind of calendar and whatnot, but that was something I realized the other day, which I just think is awesome. So don't forget to utilize that because, you know, we can help with those things.
And I just wanted to check, so for the visitor guides, it's the first 200 characters from our
Yes.
description that's gonna go straight in there, okay?
Yeah.
So I just need to make sure it's not in the middle of a sentence.
Well,
or
it's not
anything.
so much, let me say that again. It's not so much the first 200. So again, in your member information center, there's the 200 characters as a separate, and then there's your 1600. When we upload our database to our designer, it pulls just the 200 character. That's why there's those two separate things. Makes it a lot
Okay.
easier. So let me, just so that you can see again what we're talking about. Let me just go to your page real quick, Allie, one of yours, so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'll go to the Colonial Inn if that's okay. And I gotta sign in as you, hang on. So again, we'll go to your website information. And on this page here, you'll see if we scroll down, this first part is where you can do the 1600 characters that appears on the website. In addition to this 200 character is what gets pulled for the visitor guide. So you can make them different, or the first 200 characters of this can be the same as that. It's up to you, but this is all that gets pulled, is this smaller section of characters.
Okay, perfect.
You're muted. You're muted.
I thought I clicked unmute. Just for those that are here, if you haven't checked that 200-word description, please do so by March 15th if you want to update it for the 2021 visitor guide.
And if anybody has any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call, and don't be surprised if I call you too, because sometimes when the job posting is, and things come over, there's maybe like one little thing that for the most part, I can usually determine what you're trying to do, but where we're learning still, I might call you just to confirm what your intent is. So, and it's just designed to help you and have everything, you know, be the best it can be for you guys. So I'm here. Let me know what you need.
And any other questions? Thank you all for like hanging in. I think, like I said, we really want to try and make our website, you know, as robust and great looking as possible. And it's, you know, by working with you guys that can happen. So I really appreciate your interest and you taking the time to do that. And also, does anybody have any other topics they'd like to see featured in a Thursday session? Any other, just trying to poll for needs or questions or topics or anything like
I
that?
would definitely just echo Carol and Sarah's sentiments on, you know, information on housing and, you know, immigrant labor and how we can all kind of work together and provide resources. And just as an aside too, so I volunteered to kind of get one page advanced and of course put it off to the last second. So the Crooked Pines page literally was basic at 10 a.m. and at 10:25 got it up to what it was looking like. So by no means perfect, but it's pretty easy once you get in there.
Thank you. It's always good to have that personal testimony, Jake, so everybody can realize how easy it is. So, right. Any other questions? Thank you all for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Nice to see everybody's faces too, for those that could join us with video. The people that I have an email relationship with, like Caitlin, that I've never seen before. So nice to meet you. And nice to see those, Sarah. Like I said, I haven't seen you in a little while, so nice to see you again. But thanks everybody for your time. We really appreciate it. And we appreciate you being a part of the chamber.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Good to see you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for the support. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much. Bye.
Guys.
Bye-bye.